Hi, thank you so much for meeting with me, Azine's parents. I'm Miss Burke. Mr. Buble, I appreciate you giving me the time to meet you. First off, I want to tell you how proud I am of Azine for working so hard in class. He always uses his best efforts to complete assignments, and he also uses our peanut butter and jelly opportunities when he needs help. Peanut butter and jelly partners is just a partner system that we have to help with solving problems when needed. I'm always so proud to see my students seeking support from others. Do you have any concerns or questions for me before we get started?
I don't have any questions.
Okay. So, what we're meeting about is Azine's scores for his access test. So access for ELLs. ELL is English language learner. So since his primary language, his first language is Arabic, in our school system, we use this test to help him and help us give the tools that he needs to be successful. The access test is a test that allows us to see how well Azine can speak in English, and it's called English Language Proficient. I'll probably say that a few times. We just want to see how much support he needs to be successful in the classroom, and then we use the test to improve our teaching, and his learning. So the purpose of Access is to monitor his progress every year. So he'll take it every year about the same time. We try to do it at the same time every year to see how much better he's getting at speaking English. So Azine took his test so that I and his teacher that'll pull him out for his language, for his speaking, can use the same strategies to help him be successful. So we'll use a lot of pictures in the classroom, we'll clarify, and we'll partner him with someone who can help just explain things to him better than we could, because kids can explain things better to each other sometimes, so I like to use that a lot. We use the access scores to determine their WIDA levels. So a WIDA level, it's WIDA, it'll tell me what tools I can use to supplement his learning. So the scores for each subject on this test will be reported in a scale score and proficiency levels, which I'll go more into that later. The proficiency level will tell me what he is capable of according to the level, and it'll tell me what to use and when to use it. So the scale score just tells me the English proficiency and doesn't tell me academic achievement or content knowledge. It's just how proficient she is in English. So yeah. Okay, so I printed you off a copy here of Azine's scores, if you'll go over them with me. So this is an ISR, individual student report. Sorry, I didn't mean to touch you. I just wanted you to see it clearly. And then, so the ISR provides information on a specific student's scores for the access test, and it's used to measure Azine's student progress, so the progress. So a tier, you'll see what these tiers are. Azine took the Tier B test for 4th grade. The Access for ELLs test features 2 separate test forms for each grade level, an easier one, Tier A, and a more challenging one, Tier B, C. So looking at Azine's Access for ELLs individual student support shows that Azine took the more challenging form of the test for grade 4. So what that tells us is, sorry, let me check my notes real quick, because I already said that for some reason. Okay, So the language domain scores and quad scores. So the individual student report shows a proficiency level and a skill score for each of the 4 domains. So the language areas we see on a student's individual student report is listening, speaking, reading, and writing. These are the essential skills a zine needs for the academic learning, and they're scored in 2 ways, by proficiency and the skill score. So I already described the WIDA. So there's a level. So the WIDA levels, he can be a level 1, a level 2, a level 3, and a level 4, level 5, and level 6. So level 1 is entering English, and level 6 is he's about to get out of this program. So the proficiency level score is a whole number followed by a decimal. The whole number reflects the proficiency level, and the number after the decimal reflects how far a zine has progressed within that level. So the skill scores specifically track his growth over time and across the grade levels. Okay, this allows us, the teachers, schools, and school districts, to compare and follow a zine's performance across all the grades within each area. So the proficiency levels, when scores are reported, the proficiency level allows us to see what other students at the same level generally can do. For example, a student at a level 1 can generally follow one-step oral directions. However, a student at level 3 can describe processes and procedures pretty well. So a skill score provides a score for each of the domains, and it reports on a scale from 100 to 600, and it provides a way to monitor students' growth over time. And then you'll also see on their confidence bands, that's this right there. Confidence bands are a depiction of the standard error of measurement on the skill score, and they show that a single test score represents a range of possible outcomes. So a zine's skill scores, if you want to look with me, for listening, a zine's skill score is a 368, and his proficiency level is a 4.0, which is pretty good. Because level 6 is that about to go out. So for speaking, a zine's skill score is 320, and his proficiency level is a 2.2. Reading skill score is a 356, and his proficiency level is a 3.4. And then writing, the skill score is 355, and the proficiency level is 3.5. So the ones that are closer to 6 is listening and then writing. The reading score, the speaking score is closer to 2.2, so that's closer to 1. And then the reading score is also technically closer to 1, but it's 0.1 away from being closer to 6. So he's on the right track. So then the scores that are closer to 1, which was the speaking score, we will use that to plan future instruction and assessment so that we can support a zine better. So we'll do whatever we can to help him from feeling frustrated, because we want him to feel supported and motivated.